Okay, let's dive into something pretty wild. We're talking about one of Australia's toughest, fastest sports, making a huge play in a city that's all about high-stakes bets, Las Vegas. Yep, this is the story of the National Rugby League's massive American gamble. So you have to ask, right? Why? On the surface, it just seems weird. Rugby league in Vegas? But, as we're about to find out, this is a really calculated, high-stakes move to try and crack the biggest, most crowded sports market on the entire planet. And really, where better to make a big bet than right in the heart of Las Vegas? The NRL is literally putting all its chips on the table. The goal? To win over a whole new army of American fans. Now, for anyone who might not know, the NRL is the absolute pinnacle of rugby league. We're talking about a serious collision sport. It's defined by incredible athletes, these bone-rattling hits, and just relentless, non-stop action. It's a spectacle, truly. But here's the thing. The NRL is facing a monumental challenge. I mean, it's a huge deal in Australia, but it's pretty much a complete unknown in the USA. So the question becomes, how do you even begin to compete with giants like the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball? Well, the answer is pretty simple, actually. You don't just bring the game, you bring a spectacle. You create an event that's so big, so unmissable, that it goes way beyond the 80 minutes on the field. And that's exactly what they're doing. This isn't just a fly-in, play a game, fly-out kind of deal. No way. The NRL has turned its season opener into a full-blown, week-long festival, a massive celebration of the sport designed to grab the attention of a brand-new audience. And the scale of this thing is just wow. We're talking about a massive fan festival right on the famous Fremont Street, events happening all week, and literally thousands of Aussie fans making the trip. And it all leads up to this epic triple header at Allegiant Stadium, the home of the Las Vegas Raiders. The action on the field is just as big. And get this, it's not just about the NRL. The whole event kicks off with a match from the English Super League, which is a great way to show the sport's global reach. Then bam! 2 huge NRL rivalries hit the field. It's basically a marathon of top-tier rugby league. Just to give you some perspective, the grand final in the NRL is like their Super Bowl. It's the biggest game of the year. So for a player to say this regular season opener feels like grand final week, well, that tells you everything you need to know about the insane atmosphere and pressure surrounding this event. But what's it actually like for the players, the guys at the very center of all this? Let's hear from them and get a real insider's view on what this kind of experience is all about. This quote says so much. It shows that even for these pros who do this for a living, this is way more than just another game. It's a career highlight. And the fact that he says 2 years in a row tells you this is becoming a really special tradition. And that continuity is so important. Having guys who've been through the Vegas opener before adds this whole other layer of experience and calm. They know what to expect, they can guide their teammates through all the hype, and help everyone stay focused when it counts. Can you just picture that? A red carpet right on Fremont Street with thousands of fans cheering. It's pretty surreal, just like he said. The NRL is basically treating its players like rock stars, and that creates a buzz that is just perfect for the electric vibe of Las Vegas. All right, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. This whole massive spectacle is being driven by a really clear and very ambitious long-term plan. 2, that's the number of years the NRL has poured serious time, money, and effort into growing the game in the United States. This isn't just some one-off experiment. It's a dedicated, strategic campaign. When you boil it all down, the goal is pretty simple. Promote the game to a whole new audience that has a huge appetite for elite sports. Like veteran player Damien Cook put it, it's really all about just getting the word out. And their strategy has a lot of moving parts. They aren't just crossing their fingers and hoping for the best. They're investing in huge Vegas billboards, they're helping new fans understand the rules, and they're even connecting with places that already have small rugby league communities, like Jacksonville, Florida. It's this cool mix of grassroots effort and a big budget marketing blitz. And you know what? It looks like it's starting to work. Players are saying they can see it firsthand, that the US is starting to buy in. More and more Americans are showing up and showing real interest. It feels like the gamble is starting to pay off. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. After 2 years of this incredible spectacle, all this investment, all this unforgettable action, has the NRL actually laid the groundwork for a successful American expansion? Is the biggest sports market in the world finally ready for Australia's toughest game? All the pieces are on the board, but how this game ends is still anybody's guess.